What's up, traders? Welcome to the Saturday stream. So where we will look to the COT data and we will try to analyze a bigger picture view of the markets. I'm trading intraday scalping. However, it's always good to know what's most likely could be the next week's move, right? So let's start with the uh, dollar index and we will check as well the COT data, right? So on the dollar, we can see here on the right side, here is the dollar index, and we can see that in the last 3 weeks, the dollar index has been somehow still around the 40k, 14, 39, 38. So the net positions has been slightly dropping while we get a slight growth in the shorts. However, we can see that the big players, large speculators, they not have any big intention in closing the longs positions, right? So what that means, does it mean the dollar is bullish and that it will go to up to the new all-time highs? We don't know it yet, but we can look right now to the technical analysis. And so what we can see in here is that they peaked with their longs positions in here, and since then, as the price is dropping, they closing the longs positions, and we can see that always in those reports where they're reporting the positions, right? So last week they reported slightly higher growth in the longs, which happened from here to here, and they added some shorts, right? So it's probably why that's bringing the price lower right now. And now we, unfortunately, as the data are reported on the Tuesday here on this arrow is where they have to report it, but then happened this, and we don't have the data for that now. We will know this data next week, right? So of course it's a bit unfair advantages for those who get access to this data, but we as a retail and most of the people who watching the city data doesn't have it. So what I could be expecting in here, so here is some cases what can happen, right? So basically, if the dollars should start to move higher towards to this top to this order block or the supply zone, uh, basically to the higher part of this range. We need to see first the break of this structure, right, of this latest high, of this latest candle where was this accumulation for this down move. It needs to be broken, then we could expect some move lower and move up again. But what if that doesn't happen? That means that we still could go lower into these levels to take the previous week's low, and it looks like very possible because you can see these two equal lows and it's equal, relative equal low with this two. So here will be probably the liquidity of those who already started to taking the longs, right? So it can still go lower before it start to move higher again, right? So uh, my bias for the dollar basically depends on what happened in here. So if this breaks, then pullback and going higher with leaving this would be very surprising for me. But if we go lower in here and we start to get some breaks in here, because for example, if the price drops from here lower, then we don't need the breaks of the structure in here, but the structure will be then here, right? So that's of course will be developing for the next week, and we know that the bank still owns quite large positions of the longs. So where they would like to close them, I believe that it would be in here, because what caused this break, I believe that many people shorted in here. Many traders probably entered shorts, and not just the retail traders, but probably even the bigger players. And what happened in here as well, you can see that, right? So here is some trend line, and I believe many people will be trading it, right? So they some people might could enter short here, some shorted here, the retest of the trend line. Then once this breakdown, even more traders will enter the shorts, right? And what happen when they enter shorts in here? Liquidity will appears above this level, this level, this level, all of these levels. So then it will be like a magnet for the price to go up, right? So that's for the dollar index. In my opinion, we will visit this zone. Then only question is how it's gonna be played. All right. So next one is a euro. Euro has broke through this range. I was actually expecting price to drop lower because the COT data says so. Because large speculators still owns quite. Now we're looking euro here on the left side. Large speculators still owns quite large positions of the shorts. Right, they added some longs in the last week, but it still looks quite bearish to me because we can see how they did so big, so sorry, not a big, so big changes to the shorts. And the last 3 weeks they added something to the positive, but not much, right? So I believe that if they want to reverse the price, it would be looking something like this, right? And we already know this pattern happening too often, that they simply start to move price higher, then they do some range, false break here. I believe this has attracted a lot of traders into getting into the long. And now look at this liquidity. What's leaving in here? Previous week low, second previous week low, third previous week low, right? So they have as well this order block or the demand zone, you can call it. This very possible for me. So in order to be bearish and enter the long-term short, we need to see break of this latest structure, right? So if the price comes down into here, then here in this gap, that would be a nice level to enter the short, like for the swing. So if that doesn't happen, if the price will not come down here, and we will see on the lower time frames something like this reaction on this level, right? Some breaks of the structures, retest, then we could still go even higher, right? Because this is as well the pattern which I know since I was using the channels. Mostly you have a channel and you have the upper band, then you have the lower band, and there is a trick that basically they trading in the higher this higher zone of this channel for some time, and then they drop it lower. And what this creates the illusion that the channel is wide like this, and then obviously then they take it to the lower part of that. Very very unexpected about that's what's happening. So yeah, I believe the euro will come down to these levels, but that's gonna be question how this is gonna happen. Of course, perfect would be if it breaks, retest, and then go just down like this, right? So but we will see. All right, so next one is a pound. Pound is slightly different story because look what happened in here. We had this bottom, then the price went higher in this move, and then it actually reached this POC, which is the monthly POC, and as well it's order block or demand zone, supply zone. And since here it went down and it broke the structure of the latest low, which has made this up move, right? So we had the break of the structure, then we have the retest, did not create that higher high, so most likely we going lower, and we can see that on the lower time frames we have the another breaks of the structures, we have the leaving the gaps. That means the algo is interested in the game. So the pound, in my opinion, could do some pullback and go lower, right? So it's slight signs that this is happening, and maybe the euro could follow later as well, right? So the stronger dollar might be in the plate for the next weeks, right? So the pound is already giving small hints, and we going to pound right now, but I will bring it to the pound and the yen, because yen is going to be next one. So here on the left side should be pound, and oh my friend, hello, you are on every stream. So here on the left side we have the pound. So what we can see in here, yes, here is some longs added, some shorts reduced, but still quite bearish, right? So what's going on in here? Where was these longs added and shorts? These longs were reported in here, right? So we actually can see some growth in the longs positions, but look, that growth was reported in here. Since then, the price dropped down, and this is not included in the data, right? So the COT data are basically great data, but it's as well a bit confusing. You must know that you are always a little bit late, and they always hiding something. So this is what I'm expecting on the pound, right? So we have the retest of this previous month POC and the order block. We have the break of the structure and failed to create that higher high. So in my opinion, we are going down to this previous week low to maybe even lower. Let's see. So yeah, pound is in my opinion bearish. This is USD Jpy as well, slightly different story than the euro. So we have retest on the monthly, and then we have this break of the structure. So currently we are in the pullback mode, and if the dollar will be stronger now, we will most likely see these levels visited, and I believe that's could be a case. Let's check the COT data for the Japanese yen. So we can see Japanese yen. This is not USD Jpy, this is Japanese yen. And we can see the Japanese yen, the longs are growing, right? So we have 32K, 38, 42, now 52. And look what happens with the shorts, right? Shorts dropped down. So we can see that the shorts which been in the past 121K are now 77. So it's slightly like a two times more drop, and the net positions from minus, where was the peak, maybe here, minus 11 111K to the minus 25. So it's like a four times more bullish. So what happened in here? Yes, we have this reaction, we have this break, that now we are in this pullback. So now is a question, is it gonna go down just like this, or is it going to make this to take out these highs and then drop? That's the question right now. We will see if the dollar will be as will make that some move higher, or maybe then lower than higher. Then it's very possible that we will see. Sorry, this is for the intraday here, so that we will see this move up and then short, right? So what I would do, I would definitely in terms of the swing trade, I would definitely not be taking a short sorry, not long, to speculate on this move, but what I would do is to wait for the short opportunity in here, right? So what we trade intraday, and these intraday scalps after the previous day's lows highs, it's a completely different story, right? That's not what we need this analysis for, but this is for the bigger picture. Now we are looking to the USD Cad. So what we had here is the reaction on this weekly level. Then we have the break of the structure. We have the another breaks. Then we have retest, and the price moved down below the previous week's low, right? So I believe now that some pullback, and with the strong dollar, could be into this level, maybe taking out previous week's high. That will really surprise me, but I think that a pullback and down is possible in here. If we look to COT data, let me bring USD Cat. which is here. So we can see here on the left side USD Cad. This is not a Cad, but USD Cad. So USD Cad, we can see longs are dropping, right? So USD Cad longs 41 to 25 and the shorts growing, right? So we can see that the net positions and the exposure is growing from the 52% to the 65 to the short side. So in my opinion, the USD Cad is getting bearish, right? So on the bigger picture, probably bearish. Oh, hi, my friend Andreas, asking for the gold and copper. All right, yes, we can look to the gold. I was actually looking to the gold, and it's slightly getting bullish in the here on the right left side we have the gold. So what's happening here? It was very bullish here in the past in the March, very bullish. Then the longs has dropped, and now we are still seeing actually drop in the longs. And but what's happening here is in the past 2 weeks we can see slight bigger change. So we can see that the shorts has been quite around of 146 145, and then we can see that the short has been closed, right? Past 2 weeks shorts has been closed, but they did not add any longs, right? So if we look to the gold, what I'm expecting here, what is my price section? Yeah, on the gold, what I actually still think that it will might, let me bring bigger time frame, that it will might first visit this level here for the big buying opportunity, right? So what I'm actually not trading gold, but as people sometimes ask, I don't know why gold is so favorite. What would be my analysis? What I would trade? I think that we are now in this order block or the supply zone, So I'm thinking that we are coming in here, and from here, as we had this break of destruction here, that this is a pullback move, and I would like to take a short. But for in order to take a short, what I need to see is a break of the structure, which I said that it would first has to break this one. But as it has created new highs, now it might would be actually the break of this one. But still, the manipulation. So it would might look something like break and still taking out some highs and then another break, right? So it could be ranging in here because the dollar could get stronger, as I said, expecting it. So yeah, this is my opinion. I don't want to give a bad advice, but I think this level in here still could be visited. This is just my opinion. It of course can start to move higher, but I don't think it will go up just like this when the large speculators doesn't have a big longs positions, because they have a 240, which is not, if we look to their average, it's not a big position. So what I believe is that if they want to build positions, they would like to be doing it on the lower levels, and most likely maybe here, because I believe many people took longs from this support, right? So here will be, in my opinion, a lot of stop losses. So what we want as well, Cooper. Yes, we can look to the Cooper as well. I have Cooper. So what's going on in here? It's bearish, and it's getting more bearish. I don't have a chart for that. We can look. We can have a look. So um, what's the It would be here. Is it? Is that copper? Copper? Copper. Yeah, I think. What's this? Is this possible? Well, I'm not sure, my friend, if I'm looking to the right charts, but because I'm not watching this one, so this is maybe it is. I'm not sure. So what we can see here, if let's try to compare it with the COT data, well, it might could be it, right? Because we can see on the 22.5, what was here. Uh, yeah, basically based on the copper, it actually could be it. If we let me. So we can see that it became very bearish here on the 20, on the 5th here. Yeah. So here is this. It became very bearish in here. And you can see since then it's actually start to drop down, right? So it's not that bearish as it's been, but it would need a bigger, I mean, bigger analysis. So it's now on this support, maybe hard to say, my friend. Hard to say. So we can see that the data has become very bearish here on the 3rd May, which is around this level. If I bring it to the daily, so they became very bearish on. Here is that report on the 3rd. Since then, it's basically went minus 15, then minus 30, which was on the 5th July, which is somewhere down here. Here was the report, right? They peaked minus 31K, and now they are minus 20K. But what's happening here, we can see they had the peak of the shorts, which was 85K, 85. Oh, you basically don't see that. Do you see it? No, you don't see. Why you don't see? Oh, wait a second. Now you should see it. I'm sorry. I realized that this is not on this trading view. So let me repeat it for you. So we can see that here on the 3rd May, which was here, they started to be very bearish. They dropped it, minus 22K change happened in here. Since then, price was dropping very much. It was bearish, and here on the July, on the 5th July, which is this report in here, they actually peaked with their shorts positions, right? So since then, basically these large speculators, they taking profits from the shorts. We can see that they dropped shorts from the 85 to the 77 until the latest reports. And what happened with their long positions is from the 54 they moving to the 49, right? So if we try to analyze this based on this data, so basically what's happening in this period, in this move, with comparing this, so we can see they taking the profits from the shorts, they closing shorts as they closing shorts, but they as well uh, closing the longs positions, right? So what that means, if they closing longs and they closing shorts, actually you can see here they from the last 3 weeks they started to build shorts back, right? So most likely we will see some another move down, at least again to this low, in my opinion, right? For the more detailed analysis, I would have to analyze that a bit more. Most likely just by this quick view, it could actually come down into this accumulation, right? So maybe we could see something like um, at least 50% pullback and then drop lower, right? But uh, I would have to do like proper analysis to analyze that, and as said, I'm focused just mainly to my forex pairs, which are these five, and that's what I'm looking for. So I just wanted to quickly show you this, what you asked, and I hope it helps you. So yeah. All right, my friend. So this is it for today, and I wish you happy trading and have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.